What is going on, you guys? I want to talk to you today about this article that FFT just put out about movement in X-Wing 2.0. It's highlighting movement, but it's more than just movement. It's kind of talking about how they're trying to bring the game back to that moving and anticipation of moving and making it into more of a dogfight style game. I think X-Wing 2.0 is actually going to be a lot of fun. I've been talking to a lot of people lately who have kind of gotten out of X-Wing a little bit. And some of them are saying, all right, now I'm done. And I think the people who are saying, now I'm done, a lot of them were kind of already done already. But some people who were kind of done already and were kind of on the fence about whether they wanted to play anymore, some of these people now are like, well, now for $50, I'll get, like, the whole faction I want to play, like, totally revamped. And, like, new ship cards and new upgrades and like, a redesigned version of, like, every single ship I've got. So from a certain point of view, it might feel like you're getting, like, 20 brand new ships. And because you don't have to buy across factions and stuff, it's like you can just stick with one faction. It could become a much cheaper game for you. And so I think that's kind of interesting. But this article is talking about some more changes. So first off, I think we've already seen the X-Wings dial, so this isn't doing a whole lot, but this is showcasing this in case you haven't seen it yet. And for one, yes, you are getting new movable S-foils, so that's awesome. But here's your first edition dial, here's your second edition dial. The first major change that most people are going to notice is that they're going from green to blue for your green maneuvers. They're blue maneuvers now that basically that clear stress. It's only a color change. It's primarily there for colorblind folks, because I guess a blue is easier to see, which I didn't know. So that's news to me. So that's cool. So that makes sense. That's a good change. But now X-Wings are also getting a little bit better. For example, now their two banks are blue instead of white, and they're getting a Talon roll, which is pretty good. So it's just an overall upgrade for the T65 X-Wing. So the Talon roll's pretty cool. Here's one I liked. I was really, if you're not familiar, my favorite Imperial ship my favorite Imperial fighter is the TIE Advanced X1. Always has been. I like to fly this in just about every game that has it, if I can. And when I used to run these before the Imperial Raider came out. When they were that bad, I still would run like Merrick Steele and Darth Vader, because I wanted to, because it was like the underdog. But then after the fixes came out, with the Raider, I ran them a lot more. They still were never top tier, I guess, but they were at least solid, and I think they're going to be pretty solid in this game too. So they're getting a bunch of fixes. First off, okay, they're getting one straight. The one straight is just so good. Now it's not green, which is interesting. It's not blue in this case, which is interesting. But the one straight is a big deal because a lot of in X-Wing 1.0. It was pretty rare for the Imperial ships to get that one forward, so that's just great. So in addition to that, that's probably the biggest deal for me, you're getting your two banks being blue as well. It's great. You're getting a Talon roll on top of that. So the dial alone is a huge upgrade for this ship. Huge upgrade for this ship. So I'm very, very pleased with that. You're getting more green or more blue. So I'm going to have to get into the habit of saying blue. And you're getting that one straight. You had Juno Eclipse that could kind of do the one straight, so it was kind of there, but now it's just a much better ship. And on top of that, they are building in like the advanced targeting computer already into this ship as is, so that's just really nice. I'm a big fan of the way the new TIE Advanced looks. I can't wait to like really test it out. So I'm a big fan of that. So other thing that they're changing is, since we're talking about movement, is barrel roll. So they're using three examples here. The starting position of this TIE is on the left, and the final position is on the right. So basically, with the new maneuver templates, there's this line. They're the same size, as far as what I can tell, but because they said the prizes they were giving out would be compatible with the new ones because the line's still there. But basically, there's a line going down the center that matches up to these little tick marks that are on the new cardboard inserts. And basically, you have to start your barrel roll from dead center. And then you can either go completely dead center, or all the way forward, or all the way back. So there's no like, oh, I'm gonna start this forward and then go all the way forward, and you're not gonna be able to like do these micro maneuvers within the barrel roll. It's basically you can go 1, 2, or 3, or go the other way, 1, 2, or 3. So there's technically 6 final positions you can have, and that's fine. It's gonna make barrel roll like less customizable. And I think that was one of the things that were like they thought barrel roll was really, really powerful. I've always liked barrel roll, especially since the B-Wings had it, and B-Wings are my favorite Rebel ship. But and it's useful. It's always been very, very useful. But this is restricting it a little bit since there's only so many positions you can have. It's not gonna be as flexible. It's still gonna be pretty flexible though. This isn't really that much of a nerf. I think this is just trying to prevent possible abuse, but I'm okay with that. I think it'll be fun. So barrel roll, got some changes there. Let's see what else we got. We have so this is interesting. Every ship, and I didn't know that it was every ship. Every ship is going to have a bullseye arc. That's surprising because you've got the Kimogila right now that has the bullseye arc, and they decided they wanted every ship to have a bullseye arc. Now, there's a couple of things about this whole every ship having a bullseye arc. First thing, you get no inherent bonus. The bullseye arc doesn't do anything, not on its own. It's only there to be referenced by upgrade cards or other things or other mechanics. So it's just an arc that's just like, oh, you happen to have him in your bullseye arc, but unless you have some kind of upgrade or keyword that does something to ships in your bullseye arc, it's just there for bragging rights. So I like that that's there because I think that rewards more precision flying and allows for the potential for really powerful upgrades at some point, and that are going to be restricted by so much that like maybe a barrel roll is not going to put me out of your arc, but maybe a barrel roll will put me out of your bullseye arc, and that's another thing. Maybe you don't want a barrel roll because while you're in somebody else's arc, if you do barrel roll to safety, it might put you in a different character's bullseye arc. So I think it's going to add a definite layer of complexity to the strategy without making it like rules complex. It's a very, very simple mechanic. It's the same length as your distance tool, so it's not a problem. But I like the bullseye arc and the fact that you also have bullseye arc. Maybe they'll have some kind of if you're at bullseye arc and range 1, boom. Actually, range 1 would probably be the easiest bullseye arc to get since it's so. Maybe you'll get something for lining up a shot for a bullseye arc at range 3. There's so many different potential combinations that they could factor into upgrades and pilot abilities. Like maybe there's some kind of ace pilot that gets a bonus for having somebody bullseye at range 3, and then they can add like 2 hits to the roll or something crazy. That would be cool because that would be really hard to line up because it's a little small thing from really far away. Pretty cool. And there's so many different things. You may treat all ships you have in your firing arc as though they were in your bullseye arc, right? Like all kinds of little, we've seen so many different pilot abilities and so many different ways of twisting mechanics. I could imagine something like that showing up, right? So it's just, it tends to make you think, boy, there's a ton of stuff they could do with this new mechanic. And so I think that's a good thing, especially since it doesn't do anything natively. And so they give us a couple of examples of some of the things that they do. So now, except we don't know what this is going to cost, I think this will be relatively cheaper than it was before because it's a lot more restrictive. Predator used to just give you that straight up reroll and the potential for 2 rerolls. But now, when you perform a primary attack, if the defender is in your bullseye arc, you may reroll an attack die. So it has to be a primary attack, and it has to be in your, in your bullseye arc. So kind of restrictive. I could see this being like a 1-point upgrade, maybe even a 0. I think it'd probably be a 1 point though. Probably a 1-point upgrade because it's not bad. A reroll is not bad. It does seem like it's going to be easier to get damage in. I think since also evades are changing too to only change a die, not add an evade result. So you're going to see less people being able to cancel like 4 hits, so we also have marksmanship. So while you're performing an attack, if the defender is in your bullseye arc, you may change a hit to a crit. Okay, that's fine. This is a major nerf to the way marksmanship used to be. This is just changing a hit to a crit. It's not doing anything with focus. Granted, you don't have to take the action, so I guess it's such a big change. I don't even know if you could view it as a nerf. It's practically a whole different card. And so that's one of the things, like, you're getting a whole different gameplay experience if you buy a conversion kit for 2.0. And I think as more stuff becomes revealed, we're going to see things like that. We're going to see, like, boy, they've really done a lot with this. It's going to feel like a whole new game. And I think it'll be a lot of fun. I think, so if you're on the fence with it, just give it some time, because I was on the fence for a while at first. And the more I'm seeing, the more I'm starting to kind of get excited about it again. Like, I think it'll be really fun. Like, I honestly lost the fun with X-Wing a while back, and it was hard to recapture it. And I think part of that was that it was just oversaturated. Problem is, it's still going to be oversaturated, but with all this new stuff, as long as there's like a wide open meta and everything goes, like I can just pick any 3 ships, put them down and fly them, and have a good time, and not just get completely stomped, I think I'll have a good time. And because X-Wing for me is more of a fun game than a competitive game. I don't get ultra competitive with X-Wing. We got another card here, Crackshot, and Crackshot's using the new charge. So you got that little lightning bolt. You can get new tokens for that, and those are charges. And how many, certain like bombs or missiles or whatever might have a certain number of charges. So this is, instead of you having to flip it, you spend a charge. This allows for certain cards to be balanced based on the number of charges they have. Like R2-D2 is only going to have like a certain number of charges, so he can't just give you that infinite shield regen, which is cool. Anything that could be broken, they can just put charges on, and then all right, you can only be broken so many times before you run out of gas. Pretty cool mechanic to prevent those infinite games. And so this one seems similar to the regular Crackshot in that it has one charge, so it's a one-time thing. And I like the idea of upgrades, like you having to choose when you're going to use them. So if you're performing a primary attack, if the defender's in your bullseye arc, before the neutralize results step, you may spend a charge to cancel an evade result. So, it still looks good, and it's also, I think, more thematic, because you have to have a crack shot on them, kind of. So, all right, not bad. So, kind of a cool little article to give you a little bit of new stuff. I'm most excited about the TIE Advanced. And I want to see all the pilots that they're going to have for it, because, like, I'm really hoping that they're going to have everybody they had before. I wonder if Juno's ability is going to be changed, being that it has the one forward now, so her ability is slightly less good than it was. I mean, it's still good, but I wonder if they will redesign some of those pilot abilities that were either maybe too good or maybe not good enough. Can't wait to see. It's going to be very exciting. So I have a winner to announce too. So I want to say congratulations to Tim Kelly. You just won a $20 gift card to Cool Stuff for an expansion of your choice. So go ahead and contact me on the back end of my YouTube channel on the About page. They have a contact me thing, and I'll get your contact info that way, and we'll get you squared away. So big thank you. And if you guys are interested in entering future giveaways, all you have to do is become a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. And don't forget to hit that little bell down there in the corner for alerts, so when the next giveaway comes up, you'll know, and you can start leaving comments and entering, and hopefully also enjoying the content I put out there. I'm a day late here. We had a lot of stuff going on, but cool article. Hopefully we get some more news soon, and hopefully if you're going to Gen Con, you can pick up your X-Wing 2.0, and I'll have mine there too. Maybe we can play a game. So it'll be fun. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.